Guys, this story is crazy. So there is this woman named Lori. Lori has 3 kids, a son named Colby, he's an adult and lives on his own, and 2 kids that live with her, Tylee and JJ. And in September of 2019, Tylee and JJ disappear.
Are you kidding me?
Lori's like your typical American mom. She's an ex-beauty queen.
Everywhere, like, such as, and
she's blonde. And she's been married 5 times.
I mean, it's really just a document.
Okay, so let's talk about Lori's husbands. Husband number 1, irrelevant. Husband number 2 is Colby's dad. Husband number 3 is Tylee's dad. And husband number 4 is a guy named Charles Vallow. Lori and Charles get married in 2006, and in 2012, they adopt one of Charles's relatives, JJ.
That's a lot of information to get in 30 seconds.
At some point in 2018, Lori starts to become obsessed with the end of times, and she starts reading all of these doomsday books.
When Batman has a doomsday bag, you know we're
She actually goes to this conference called Preparing a People. Their mission statement is to prepare people for the second coming of Christ. So while she's there, she meets the author of a bunch of the books that she's reading, this guy named Chad Daybell. He's married and has 5 kids, but he goes up to Lori and he's like,
"You were sent from heaven, literally."
And Lori's like,
"Flattery will get you everywhere."
Homewrecker.
So Lori comes back from this conference and she is a changed woman.
Look at me, look at my boobs, look at my ass.
She goes to her husband Charles and she's like,
"I'm a god and I was sent here to prepare people for the second coming of Christ, and if you get in my way,
I'm gonna murder you.
And Charles is like,
"Yeah, you're not hot enough for this type of behavior."
This is where your car gets keyed, you get a bunny in the pot, your tires get slashed, and you wind up in jail.
He files for divorce in February 2019.
Divorced again.
And then 5 months later, Charles is murdered.
What the actual fuck?
Lori's brother Alex and Charles get in an argument, and Alex shoots Charles in the chest and kills him. He tells the cops that it's self-defense and he's never charged or arrested. The cops are like, "Lori, are you okay?" And she's like, and this isn't the first time her brother has attacked one of her many husbands. Back in 2007, her brother tasered husband number 3 in a parking lot.
Of electricity are now passing into your skeletal muscle tissue.
By the way, husband number 3 also dead.
What the fuck is going on in here on this day?
Anyway, a month after Charles's murder, Lori moves to Idaho with her kids Tylee and JJ. JJ, if you remember, is biologically related to Charles's family. JJ's relatives are starting to get worried because they haven't heard from him, so they called the cops to do a welfare check. So they go to Lori's house and they're like,
"Hey, where are your kids?"
And she's like, "Oh, they're with friends in Arizona." The cops are like,
"You lying ass bitch."
So they get a search warrant and they come back the next day, but Lori is gone.
Where that bitch go?
Turns out Lori ran away to Hawaii with her new husband.
Another one.
Husband number 5, Chad Daybell. Yeah, the doomsday author who told Lori that she's a god. Flattery really will get you everywhere. I know you're probably like, wait, isn't Chad married? Doesn't he have 5 kids? Yes, but his wife, Tammy, is dead.
Fucking kidding me?
1 month after Lori moved to Idaho, Tammy died of natural causes.
Girl, this is some bullshit.
So the cops are like,
"Lori, you have to get your ass back over here and tell us where your kids are."
and Lori's like,
ugh, will you stop nagging me? I'm on my honeymoon and I'm like preparing for the second coming of Christ. Can't you see I'm kind of busy?
and the cops are like, so they arrest Lori and throw her in prison, but she won't tell them shit. Meanwhile, Chad, who probably murdered his wife, is out there free as a bird. The cops do some more digging and they find out that Lori believed her children, Tylee and JJ, were zombies and that their bodies were occupied by dark spirits. Chad thought that his wife, Tammy, was also a zombie. So the cops are like,
"Yeah, I don't think Tammy died of natural causes."
So they exhume her body and they're currently doing an autopsy to determine what her actual cause of death was. This case is still ongoing and Tylee and JJ are still missing. So basically Chad and Lori believe that it's the end of times, which is ridiculous. It's not the end of times. Everything is fine.
Crazy fires. Hurricanes are being huge assholes. Terrorists. This kind of terrorists. Opioids. Twitter. Nazis are trying again. We didn't blow ourselves up, but we still might.